It's so dumb, it's clever. No, it's just dumb.
The Beyblade returns?
You don't even need to see you to know he picking you up for it.
It didn't promise you anything, but it gave you reasons to promise something.
Hey guys, welcome back to Bizarre Anime Vibes. I'm your host Joku, and I'm here with...
Drip Knight, what's up?
And today's been one hell of a day, to say the least. Car broke down on my way to work. Didn't get to eat breakfast because of it. Didn't get a lunch break because I was too busy picking up my car from the mechanic. But we're here now. We're talking about anime, so things should go easy from here.
I kind of relate to you on having a rough day because, going to college, having to buy textbooks, it
Yeah.
sucked a lot.
That's just every other day of my week when I'm not at work.
What, you spending money?
I'm at school.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
at least your classes, they seem interesting. Like, if you have a good
Two of them
teacher...
are 2.5 hours long.
Ooh.
Monday night and
Is it a
Wednesday
fun
night.
teacher, at least?
One of them's online, and the other one is a same professor I had last semester for Wednesday nights. So
Did you enjoy that professor?
I enjoyed the people in the class more than I enjoyed the class itself.
It's a win-lose.
We'll see how. All 4 of my in-person classes are also in the same classroom, so
No walking.
yeah,
So,
15-minute breaks in between them, so
so overall, it's not. And also,
it's not
like,
the end of the world. But
we're both getting close to our degrees. I mean,
some more than others, but yeah, you're making your way one step at a time, even if
pro
they are very small baby, not even baby steps. You're making your way.
I'm crawling, okay?
You're crawling, yeah.
I'll eventually start running, but
Yeah,
again,
maybe
crawling.
in a few years. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Look, no baby was born able to walk first, then crawl.
Yep.
They have to crawl first. And that's like what I'm doing right now.
Some babies never get to walk at all.
Damn.
Anyway, guys, so in today's episode, we wanted to talk about anime fights, specifically anime fights from 2022 and what we thought were some of the best fights in general. Because while was there a lot to choose from, especially in the first half of the year, I feel like a lot of them were more forgettable because near the end we had so many bangers back to back to back to back that a lot of the earlier ones are forgettable. Some of them I shred forgot happened this year. Some of the best ones, in my opinion, happened in the beginning of the year. There was a lot more
I see
top
the
tier
summer
fights.
season didn't really have that much.
And that's what separated.
I mean, you can't have it all in every season. You can't have a
Oh,
really
100%.
awesome.
Also, for what it's worth, summer season was kind of slow, whereas the fall season was just like 12 different anime came out. So, I mean, with
12,
so much
12
quantity,
different god tier. Like, there's so much.
with so many different quantity, eventually one or two, or there's going to be more top tier fights coming out of them.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
And with more and more anime studios making their fights even better, eventually, what is it called? People are going to be like, oh, now we need to do ours. So now everyone's trying to get the new big top tier fight of the season, which is making the competition even higher. But also, as viewers, we're enjoying it because we just get to see pretty fights.
Oh, 1,000%. Like, because there's so much that goes into anime fight that makes it, and the fact that different studios are producing these top quality anime fights is basically you're like snacking on a dessert more than just once a week now. Because back then, I remember you would rarely see internet fight or not internet fight, but like an anime fight that you just love. But 2022 fed us pretty well.
Before anything, guys, don't forget to colossal smash that like button. Stay up to date with our news videos, our podcasts, all that stuff. You guys know what's up. Now, let's dive on in.
Do you want to take the ball on this one, or should I?
I want to start off with what I think is easily a top 3 fight of the year.
I was gonna say we should build up to it. Like, we should start with the lowest fight in our opinion.
I mean, that's fine too. I was just thinking more because the one I'm thinking of happened in the first half of the year.
You know what? Let's start with some high, but then I want to go to the low.
Okay.
That's still good.
Okay, you know what? No, I have a perfect one then. If you don't want to go to the very top, but you still want to talk about hype and not anywhere near the lowest. One Piece.
One Piece.
This year, the One Piece animation
was movie level.
Was insane. Yeah, Toei literally stepped up their game. I'm even more excited for this current year, 2023, because the One Piece anime team actually came out with a newsletter or like a letter saying that 2023 One Piece anime is going to change everything. Like it says nothing like last year. It's going to be on a whole new level.
I'm surprised they didn't say that about the Wano arc when it first started.
Yeah, I mean they did, but they're saying this year specifically will be like the One Piece anime will hit new highs like never before.
Did they say when it might start happening?
They said this year.
This year.
I mean, I know one episode in particular that's happening in June. That's gonna definitely play a part of that.
All right, Toei. I leave One Piece to them.
Yeah, but let's talk about what they did in 22, not what they're about to do. We had Red Rock. We had Luffy learning Advanced Conquerors. We had even Yamato versus Kaido, Frankie versus Sasaki, Like there was this one clip where the animation just went nowhere. Like it reminded me of Mob Psycho with how fluid everything was. There's so many. I'm probably missing a few off the top of my head.
Oh, did this happen by any chance? The one where Luffy fought the giant?
I think that was this year too. Yeah, this last year has been insane. So many top tier fights. If you haven't seen any, if you had to recommend one, from the One Piece, because the One Piece is just more of had so many different fights that were all amazing. None that were like maybe one or two that was in the top five for me. Like anime of the fights in the year. Like one or two of them hits the top five for me. Whether it's Red Rock or Luffy unlocks Advance.
I think Red Rock was better
I don't
than
know for sure.
the.
I cried. Like I that scene broke me.
Granted, that's because of the music. The music choice. I mean, I guess we have to add music to it as a
I mean,
elements.
it's yeah, we're talking about the fight. It could be the music, the animation, the honestly, I'm even gonna
The
go
build
with
up.
the build up and like what it means for the story. Like for example, if
Mm.
it's like the final villain, you know what I mean? Which leads into another fight that we could go into in a second, but overall, I think even story matters when we're talking about anime fights of 2022 because if Luffy's fighting random beast pirate one and the animation is the best out of every single anime that came out this year, but it's like it's just a beast pirate, it's gonna feel less impactful
It's
than
gonna make you question, like, hmm.
exactly. Like it's you can still acknowledge, oh, the animation's crazy, but if you see, for example, insert character A, main character A from this anime defeating the final villain, animation is good, but and it's really like really good, but it's not exactly as good
Like,
as
imagine the side character getting better animation in their fight than the actual main
that's what I'm
character.
saying. Like, you know what I mean? You if the main character, but if he defeats the final villain, and there's been build up for like 10 plus years, you know what I mean? Let's talk about AOT. I mean, beginning of the year, they had a great fight with Mikasa and like the
Well,
all of them fighting the.
AOT Star kind of rock with people judging the CGI still.
That wasn't this year.
That was oh right, because
Remember,
it
that
was
was part two.
it was part two or part one.
That
Oh
was
wait,
part
this is
two,
part three.
and we're about to get part three, part one, and then part three, part two later
Oh
this
my
year.
gosh,
There's more parts in AOT and JoJo than JoJo at this point. Like, they're making
it's
parts within parts.
they are just living out this series as long as
Oh,
possible,
100%. Because they know it's their
bro.
moneymaker, but like as someone who's finished it, it's not worth the
Bro,
wait.
the
The
money.
ending is so bad compared to the weight they're giving us.
It, if they give us like an alternate ending, I wonder. I doubt they would, but maybe they're extending, I guess, long enough just so they can like keep the hype is still the same. And I guess probably the creator is also like, we should stall as long as humanly possible.
Understand. Well, I have a few things to that. Understand. They're building up more hype, so more disappointment will happen. But also, if you don't know, the creator actually says the anime is his final work. It's like his manga. He says that the anime is more accurate to his vision than the manga.
Ooh.
Because he does the manga, he gets his stuff out. But before the anime comes out, he always goes there and like makes sure he works on the anime team very closely. So that's why you can see Easter eggs in like the endings of season one and two that like foreshadow stuff that hasn't happened in manga. Like if you go back to season one's ending, the rumbling's straight up in it. There's a scene where a ton of colossal titans are walking in the background, like with silhouetted, and you can't even tell what it is. You just think it's like, oh, titans. But if you go back, you now know they're colossal
It's the
titans, and it's the
wow.
rumbling.
Wow.
That's why between
Um
season one and two there was like a what 2 3 year gap because the creator wanted to make sure it was perfect, and also he goes back to he gives more characters that didn't have enough time to shine in the manga,
to really
to
like
like really
blossom them.
shine. Yeah, in the anime, he gives them like little stuff. For example, Kenny. I know Kenny's still like a good character in the manga, but like the anime definitely makes him shine more as a character, and he's one of my favorites. Falco's the goat.
Falco.
Falco's the goat. I don't know what you want me to say.
And get well. It
I
can
mean,
can
if it's a look with Gabby, I hate that child with a burning passion. However, if someone asked me who's a better sniper, Mikasa or Levi
or Usopp.
or it's Gabby. Like I don't know what to tell you. Put her on phase immediately. Spargo, who? Like
I just can't wait to watch the ending. Be like, oh, it's not bad, and then you watch, and then
I'll
you
be
show
like
me the
because they
manga,
and then you're like, wait, that's how they were
and
supposed to end it.
you're like, wow,
Yeah,
I can see what you lived with for
but
the
yeah.
past 2
But too
years.
bad we won't get to see the ending till like 3 years from now when they release Attack on Titan final season part
Part
8,
two,
part 7. Like
part three, part two.
they
At this
really like
point,
it's honestly ridiculous
why do
how
they call it final season again?
because they wanted to build up hype back then, but like didn't accurately.
But Attack on Titan is still like such a big series.
Yep,
Why
and
did
they
they
thought they
didn't
would capitalize on it. But anyway, we're here to talk about the fight itself,
right?
not the
And I
poor production that the team is working on.
we'll just do marketing. Marketing, I
The
can blame
marketing
them.
for it is like It's clever, stupid, but clever.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally the meme right now where it's like, it's dumb. It's so dumb. It's clever. No, it's just dumb. Like, it's so bad.
Fight was spectacular. It kicked up really fast.
What's the ugly boy's name? The guy who's riding Aaron.
Oh my gosh.
Flock.
Flock just and the other people who joined Flock. I don't know who they are.
The Jaegerists.
The Jaegerists.
Jaegerists 1 through 2 million. Like,
I mean, I want to maybe that's a video idea. We should go around a whole convention saying, "Are you a Jaegerist?"
yeah, we'll see.
Could work.
Yeah, like I'm shocked in the actually spoilers for part 3, guys. Jaegers decide, hey, you know what? We need to really represent Aaron and all get the red caps out that say "Make Eldia great again" or so. Tengen, Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke versus Demon 6.
Yeah, Zenitsu versus Daki.
Woo!
When he emerged from the rubble.
Oh, everyone was like,
and
we have our reactions to that somewhere?
We do. No, it got taken down. Is that the way he dodged? And the next thing you know, he said it in his calm voice.
He was hitting with the... You know what I'm talking about?
He emerged from the rubble.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about, right? Zenitsu hit him with the...
with his eyes... The disrespect is his eyes are closed.
Yeah, because he don't even need to see you to know he fucking you up for it.
Bro, is disrespect, and also the background, it just looks glorious.
Oh yeah, that episode 11? No, episode...
No, it had to be, because the next one was a 30-minute.
There was 11 episodes.
It was 11, oh, then 10.
Episode 10, yeah. Because there was...
It just from beginning to end, it was a glorious episode.
I believe it's episode 10 or episode 11. Whichever one. I believe there was 11 episodes, so it's episode 10.
I think it's 10.
There's 19 in season 2, but like 8 of them were Rengoku.
No.
So episode 10, yeah.
Right, okay.
Episode 10 was... Start to end. Like, again, if One Piece 10-15 didn't exist, that would have been the...
You know, fair enough. God, if you caught up all with Demon Slayer and then you went to episode 10, it fulfilled everything it ever... It didn't promise you anything, but it gave you reasons to promise something. Because, my gosh.
They were all at their lowest.
The despair was the... Oh, my God. He was toying with Tanjiro's head, his fingers.
Oh, yeah, that literally bashing his head. Tanjiro running away. You're like, what are they going to do? And just to see Tanjiro will go, this is the moment I've been waiting for. It's like, huh? Oosh! And then that's where the fight, that's, like the sounds of liberation.
Sounds of liberation.
Or the belt, like, that's the little, like, the dong to a fight started, like the headbutt. Boosh! God, and then Naki's like, hey, yo, you ain't about to get, I'm not going to let you kill my brother. And that's to say, yes, the fuck he is.
It's just the way that Tanjiro said, like, I finally have you, and then...
And then Tengen, when he showed up, that's best entrances. I don't care. That's top, 5 anime entrances of all time. No. I don't care if you count that as an entrance or not. That is a top 5 entrance.
It's a dramatic entrance. It's
where he just, because you see last time you saw him, his arm was cut off. He was basically poisoned to death, etc. As far as you're concerned, and he shows up with a blade in his mouth and an arm to save Tanjiro from losing an eye. Like, get out of here.
It was, and then the fight that ensued with Tengen and Gyutaro.
What is it called? Musical sound technique.
Oh my god!
And then what is it called? Him just laughing, him getting his arm, like everything about that fight is easily. That's my number.
And the voice actor screaming. My god!
That's top 3 for me of the year. I don't care. There's a lot of good fights, but it's top 3.
Bro, by my gosh, and also like how it goes from action and then it goes to like the screaming and then like the anime zoom effects.
I love also, like, I hate this in most anime fights, but somehow this episode made it work. When the characters are explaining their powers in the middle of a fight, and it's like, yes, this is the most showy
thing. Like with Zenitsu, when like I can only use it twice. I used it once to escape. Now I'm using it to cut.
I didn't mind that because while he was doing that, we were seeing them through like warp, like Star Wars speed.
One complaint: how the freak did Inosuke catch up to godlike speed? I'm always gonna have that gripe. Inosuke,
not known for speed. He was slowing down, so like he said, I'm running out of power.
I don't give. Inosuke can jump in the air.
Also, you could picture it like Zenitsu's just running in a circle at that point. So Inosuke just jumps up above the circle. Or whatever you wanna.
Beast breathing
go crazy.
Look, I'm just saying, if Zenitsu like angled it down to where Inosuke is like, come towards me, and then we'll both click together.
I guess because it's hard to like translate that from manga to anime. It could be a thing where Zenitsu, what is it called? Like right before he does it, Inosuke shows up and like soars down to like reach him to get the clash. But because the anime and he's explaining it, it's not like a panel of him in the air. It's him in the air like explaining it the whole time, just like flying with them.
Imagine you were Daki and you were just like, oh look at it, it's so far away. Wait a second.
It's like No, me personally, if I'm Daki at that point, oh, Inosuke's explaining. Like, hey, I missed your heart. All right, let me just get all. Oh wait, one more. Let's. All right, we got your heart. We got your head.
And the next thing you know, Daki says his head, Gitaro's
Hey,
head is off.
you can rearrange his heart. You can't rearrange his brain. Except, like, I'll tell you
And
that.
also the Tanjiro, his fire
Oh
and
yeah,
head,
the
the
thing.
scream.
Also, if we're talking about Demon Slayer, that's not even the only fight that was crazy in season 2. Don't forget when Tanjiro went crazy against Daki the first time, and Nezuko
Oh
was it.
my.
Like,
Okay.
people forget about that because of what happens later, but
Yeah.
that still was insane.
When Tanjiro had his epic rage moment.
Oh yeah, when he was just like,
I'm done. I'm done. He
when he put all the ribbons down on one side, and it's like, there's no way he said it. Bro hit him with the Mark dancing blade, Royce. Like,
Oh,
bro hit him with
he made
the.
his father proud. He made his father proud. I'm his father. I was proud.
That was literally a mixture of Fox side B and Mart side B, like combined with just like illusion, but dancing blade. You know what he hit him with?
What?
Hit him with Pyrus or Mithra side B.
Actually, facts. Yeah.
Dude. Like,
Yeah.
you think the characters over there, somehow they're over here and they're at the same time just.
It. My God, everything.
That scene alone was so good. But
Like I thought Zenitsu had like was cool
oh, with
with
the
the speed and all that. I'm
thunder
like,
breathing.
bro.
Tanjiro clearly like he's like, hey, don't forget who the main is. It's nice, but like,
Let me sit him down real quick. And then Tengen came in and was like, sit all of you.
Tengen's then like, look, you the main character, but I'm a Hashira. You know what that means?
You don't have Hashira in your name yet.
I mean, they should be, but I mean, because the rules to becoming a Hashira, there's 2 requirements. You have to be at the highest rank and kill 50 demons, or like the highest rank, not including Hashira, and kill 50 demons, or you have to take down one of the 12 moons.
Oh, and he did take out.
They did.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is, they're not, and I think the main reason why is because Tengen carried that fight. Clearly, they lost
Okay,
without
but against
Tengen.
Ryu,
He didn't kill it. Gyu did. You forgot?
you're right. Oh my God, Gyu.
Yeah,
How dare
he never
you?
did. Gyu did, and Gyu is a Hashira.
Dang it!
Yeah.
You don't,
You know who
they,
he
they
did kill?
retcon what?
Enmu, which they should give it to them for.
That's fair.
They should
That's
have given
fair.
it for, and they should have given the title to Zenitsu or Inosuke and Tanjiro for killing Enmu. But again, Rengoku carried because
Yeah,
even though they took down the thing, they weren't able to save all the people. They would have lost.
that's true. That's true.
They've never taken down a
A
moon
d-
in general
oh,
without the help of a Hashira because Tengen had to clutch up. Rengoku had to say stop.
also, wait, Tengen's wife. We have to give credit to her.
What they do?
The poison.
Yeah, she poisoned Tengen. Your point?
Wait, wait, what?
She shot it, poisoned Tengen, poisoned what's his name, Gyutaro for a second.
But also,
Bro took it off.
her knife came in handy. It's not
I
a knife.
mean,
I know that.
yeah, the kunai, but like
It came in clutch
it
at
came
the
in
end.
clutch. But like, yeah, I guess I'll give you that. But hey,
Every
I'm not gonna
element
give
all
her
came
credit. I'm gonna
together.
give credit to Tanjiro because he realized what needed to be done.
You know, fair. JoJo Part 6 fight. Jolene versus Poochie.
They lost.
But we're talking about how spectacular the fight looked.
I
I
mean,
don't think that was a fight in 2022.
okay. I'll tell you one part of it. I liked the real final fight,
Okay,
Emporio versus Pucci.
that's fair.
I think when he was like when Pucci was losing, he like and just starts mushing his head up against the floor. I think that looked clean. Like obviously, the thing is, JoJo animation has never been like godlike. Think about that. It's very the biggest issue with the JoJo anime. It's so stiff. So the animation has never been insane. You don't have these Demon Slayer moments. You don't have these Attack on Titan moments. These all this stuff. You just, but it's more of the story itself. And the animation can look nice, but compared to if you, it looks nice for what it is. If you compare it to other stuff, it's gonna look shit.
That's true. I guess okay. Comparing it to what we just literally discussed,
Yeah,
and
obviously.
what we have to discuss later, like
I think what is it called? JoJo is more carried by its story than its animation, whereas Demon Slayer is the complete opposite. The
yeah,
story's fine, but the animation is why everyone goes to watch it. Whereas with JoJo, it's like the animation is fine, I guess, but like
it just makes you wonder what would happen if JoJo was pitted by Yuko Table or something like that.
my
Or
thing is they would
Mappa.
probably ruin it because the thing about JoJo is also the art. Araki, there's a reason why Araki, the creator of JoJo, his art is in the same museum as the Mona Lisa. Rohan and Jolene are in there because the way his art is drawn a certain way. So if he makes it too flexible or too fluid, and like Demon Slayer and all, it could take away. The whole
Then
thing about JoJo is they're so detailed with their faces, it would look weird, or it's very hard to animate all that moving. Now add horses to the mix, and that's why we're never getting Part 7 animated. However, we're not here to talk about why it should be. Maybe in another video. But
maybe.
yeah.
But I guess
If you want to talk about a low that I think still was good, but like compared to everything else, Chainsaw Man. I think in terms of everything else, the only thing I will not agree on you with is Kobeni clutching up because the animation popped off there.
I feel like that, and also Denji versus the devil. I mean, devil. What was it called?
The Leech Devil.
That's it. After coming off like the Bat Devil, which I thought was like it was a good fight too. But that just honestly like it was crazy. It was wild. It was unpredictable how it was gonna. And the way it ended, it gave me like a cool ass Aki shot.
Oh,
with
Con.
And I was just like, whoa.
Yep.
And I guess when it comes to the other fight, I do agree.
Speaking of Aki, I was about to say Aki and Himeno versus Katana.
The way she started, remember, in the restaurant when he used the fox demon, Khan.
The name is Khan.
When he used Khan, and then he destroyed the building. The way it was animated, it looked beautiful. And then, of course, Katana Devil, kill it. No.
Aki, you've truly put something outrageous in my mouth this time. Ding! Dun, dun, dun. Someone needs to edit that. That has to exist, right? A Sephiroth, like that scene with Katana Man, but like with Sephiroth's theme.
Oh yeah, because that same with Smash Bros.
Yeah,
like, oh my god.
That's the ding, dun, 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 dun.
That would actually, I would love that.
We're gonna edit it.
Yes, fine. I'll
edit. Get this out of the way. My Hero's not on this list. It should have been, but the studio fumbled so hard based off like what the material was. Like, I'm sorry, but the best animated thing was Dobby's dance, and even then, it's like that's a great moment, but story, not for the. It shouldn't have been for the animation.
Yeah, like we're only talking about fights. We're not talking about moments.
Yeah,
if this is called like
Dobby's dance is easily like number one for me.
That's fair. I mean,
or it's at least top 3
okay. When it comes to like My Hero Academia, yeah.
Oh yes, the best My Hero moment in the anime at least so far, but like it's not.
I just feel hope for what we're getting with My Hero.
I mean, it's looking good, but also, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's because I don't want to get my hopes up.
We're not jinxing that anymore.
Anyway,
no, the opening gave us a
what are some other? Let's just think about some quick fights that's happened.
Quick fights?
Mob Psycho Dimple versus Broccoli was insane. A lot of people were saying it's like one of the best fights of that. I think it was good, but like,
well, was it like one of the? What do you say is one of the best fights in Mob Psycho's whole?
Yeah, in terms of animation, it's the best.
What do you even say is better than when Mob fought that guy who
it's the best
two
Mob fight in season 3.
In season 3,
and I would probably say season 2.
Really, but season 2, that's when he fought the street punk, right? Or season 1?
Season 1.
That was season 1.
Because the arc when he had to go save his brother got kidnapped.
Oh,
that was season 1. And season 1 ended with Reagan.
Right.
That's all. So that's why I'm saying season 2
ended with the broccoli.
Yeah. Season 2 ended with broccoli. So I'm saying that Dimple is probably the best thing out of season 2 and 3 animation wise. Well, yeah, we're talking about fights. Season 3 has a better moment. But the fight is definitely Dimple. Season 1, I think you can't beat season 1 fights from Mob. I'm sorry, like Mob versus what's his name, Shigeo. Or no, that is Shigeo. Mob is Shigeo. Oh, what's the blondie? Boruto.
Oh my gosh, the first fight. Yeah, you're
Boruto,
right.
When he fights in the street alley, when he fights everyone at the end, when Reagan goes crazy, all that stuff, I think is like peak Mob Psycho in terms of animation and moments. Even there's only like 2 things past that I think reach it, and that is Dimple and the ending, but that's all I'll say about that.
Fair. I can agree with this.
Ranking of Kings was good too. I forget that finale came out this year. Again, it's nothing like
Ranking
crazy.
of Kings has like such a unique art style,
which I love, and I love that the animation is so fluid because of it. It's not no Demon Slayer, but it's definitely like it deserves props. If we're gonna mention My Hero, we're mentioning Ranking of Kings.
That's fair. Yeah.
Wow. Like I'm so like, why did My Hero fumble so hard?
Oh my.
I mean, this was
with the competition it had.
Yes, but also even if it had no competition, it would still be at the lower end.
JDK 0.
That final fight was great with Yuta. I can barely remember because that happened literally at the beginning of the year. Then.
Oh yeah, I remember.
But I remember like in the theater on my theater going crazy, and also when Gojo decided to pull his white privilege card and start beating up Miguel, hit him with the 36+ combo.
It took him like 2 years to recover from there.
Bro, 2 years? He's still in the hospital. Beep, beep.
And then he sees Gojo. Beep.
You forgot the post-credit scene? He's just
Oh,
telling you
right, yeah.
hey, then I got the PTSD. So I think we should mention one more fight.
All
And
right,
in
one each.
my opinion, the best fight of 2022. If you have if you have yours,
I do have mine.
all right, you go first.
Me?
Yeah. I think you know what mine is.
I think I know what yours
So what's
is.
yours?
Mine, it is first captain of the Soul
Oh,
Society
Bleach.
versus the Quincy King in Bleach, the anime, Thousand Year Blood War.
Oh, the anime? Really? I was thinking the dream. But
it
was good.
It went hard.
It was good.
It was.
I don't think it's better than mine, though. Obviously, I mean,
Okay,
obviously, because we
but
each have
if
our
we're
own
speaking of aspects of the fight,
You don't even know what mine is.
I mean, okay, but let me explain mine at least.
Okay, let me hear you out.
Because sure, time wise, but all I need is simply 2 minutes of your time and your time, and you'll be convinced.
You're on the clock.
Here we go. So the Bleach fight.
Mhm.
Well, obviously,
2 minutes went by fast, didn't it?
my God. Okay, where should we start? I know where to start. The beginning. Obviously, you start from the beginning. When you have the old man coming in saying, yo, he gives you the serious eyes. That's how you knew stuff was going down. You get a full body shot of him and his abs, his freaking skinny ass arms and his abs. Then next thing you know, he pulls out the sword. Then you hear him say the famous words every damn Bleach fan was waiting for. On. Hi. He went off. Sure, after the Bonkai and after a little bit of scuffling there, 3D animation came into play. I was shocked.
Which is what really takes it down on my. I think it's still good. I think it's up there, but the 3D animation definitely is why I don't think it's number one. I still think even Demon Slayer.
I think the 3D animation might have helped the horror aspect of it.
Oh, for sure, but not the in terms of best fights, in terms of story as well. Can I say what mine is?
Okay, let me at least finish this.
Oh yeah, finish your part.
And then after of course after the 3D animation,
I'll explain my part after yours.
All right, I'd love to hear your defense of why yours is number one. But we continue back to the Bleach fight. I forgot this. Captain 1 goes ham, has the defense of the skeletons, while also having a little crazy Quincy King attacking. The Quincy King pulls out his ultimate move, both of them coming into clash in a moment, and just is a great buildup of a character that I knew for 300 plus episodes, and I'd never really seen him go too off. There is one moment, in original Bleach when first captain went off, but just seeing this and also with the new kind of art style they're going with for the Bleach anime, beautiful. Now, to my 2 minutes are probably over. What's yours?
Ash versus Leon.
Leon? Oh, Leon.
Lots of reasons why. If you want to talk about, I literally give you one for everything you just listed. Ash versus the world champion, which if he wins, helps him be literally 25 plus years of journey. 25 in real life, I mean. In our real, in his world, probably been less than a year. But I'm saying he's still 10. But in our world, that's 25 years of build up since he first got Pikachu to becoming a world champion. I'm sorry, the only series that's ever coming close to like that terms of build up is One Piece, where you have to wait over 25 years to actually get a payoff of or the final payoff.
Yeah.
If you were a kid when you started Pokemon, like you were 10 years old, do you understand you are now in your 30s? Damn. You literally grew up watching, actually watching him train to be the best like no one ever was. So in terms of story, I don't think I need to explain why it's so much more impactful than I think First Captain versus Quincy King.
That's fair. That's fair.
And I think that's literally better than every single fight we've listed in terms of story.
But what you say is something that kind of helps bring it down is the fact that Leon was written to be the perfect champion.
I mean, so here's my thing. In the anime, they go off based off the games, and the games itself says Leon is the undefeated champion. So the anime team just worked off of what they had. He's undefeated. He's supposed to be the best champion, the strongest champion.
But did they at least build him up a little bit?
What do you mean?
Like, did it build up his character? Like, so he would be a good way to end Ash's journey when it comes to fights.
Yeah, they actually made him more of a character than they did with any of his past ones. For example, in the stadium, they had, what was her name, Koharu and Dawn cheering on Ash. On his side, he had Hop and Sonya. They gave him his own, little crowd too, to show like, oh, he also has people rooting for him. He has people backing him up, just like how Ash has Dawn and all of them.
Oh yeah, like
Everyone, yeah. Also, in terms of music, they chose the original opening, which I mean, like, depending on what your opening is, it can be good or bad. But in this case, it was easily perfect. The build up for it, with all of Ash's Pokemon cheering Pikachu on from beyond the grave, because that boy died in that minute, but all of them cheering him on. In terms of like, again, what the fight meant, what is it, music, animation, don't think I need to say a single word about that.
I really thought the animation peaked in the beginning before Ash, before Pikachu went to sleep. I thought it really peaked with Fire Blast, but then
You thought it did, but then when you saw it, you were like, oh.
Because no matter what, the whole episode was
Oh, in terms,
beautiful.
yeah, and more specifically for me, it was when Charizard came out. Literally, the second
Oh
you saw
yeah,
Leon throw
right.
that Pokeball, the animation changed.
I don't know why, but Leon just came to life after that, and I was
Oh,
like,
100%.
whoa,
Nope.
whoa, whoa.
I think that fight was the best of 2022 because, in my opinion, it gets a 10 out of 10 in all three of those categories. In terms of story, it's literally the peak of Pokemon. Ash defeating the world champion to become the best trainer in the world. In terms of animation, it was easily on a whole new level that Pokemon anime has never seen, nor has a lot of anime ever will come close to. And in terms of music, they could have done so many. I mean, throughout the actual fight of Pikachu versus Charizard, the music, they were choosing different ones. Like, for example, I know at one point they chose the theme of their Gen Black and White's opening in the games. Then they had, the original theme, and they were mixing it up from
So quite
throughout the fight.
literally, there is nothing in the episode that you would ever change.
Um, Only the fact that Pikachu one shot Cinderace. There's like,
Okay,
I wish.
okay, let's ignore the
If
beginning.
you mean
Just
between
for the
Pikachu
fight.
versus
Yeah,
Charizard,
between Pikachu versus Charizard.
then yes, I think it's fine if you ignore the fact that Pikachu should have 100% lost in terms of his HP. If Pikachu and Charizard both came out like, if let's say Cinderace and Dracovish knocked each other out at the same time and all they had left was Charizard and Pikachu both at full HP, then I think
Yeah,
it would have been
because Charizard really had full HP while Pikachu
yeah.
will.
The only difference is like Pikachu has type advantage, but even then it's the
Wait,
anime.
but didn't what's his name? Not what's his name?
Eternatus,
Yeah,
I don't know
Eternatus
if he
heal
healed
him.
them. He only gave him G-Max back. If he healed them, then yeah, it's fine.
Let's just say, I guess for plot reasons, let's just say he healed.
My thing is this. That's the only thing I would ever even come close to changing is that Pikachu shouldn't have won that in terms of health wise.
Fair.
Otherwise, it's 10-10 in terms of animation, music, and story, and nothing else, in my opinion, comes close. The only thing that comes close is Gyutaro versus Thing, but because that's not even the final fight of the series, I can't give it a 10 out of 10. Actually, I can because you thought everyone was dying.
Yeah.
But I put Pokemon over slightly just because it's the final send off for Ash Ketchum.
It was perfect.
It was perfect in terms of how Ash had to go out. You couldn't have done a better one, in my opinion. Also, not that a lot of people caught this. So in the original Gen 1 Pokemon League, Ash lost to Richie, right? And in this one, in Gen 8, he beat Leon, right? You want to know what Richie's name was in Japanese all the way back then?
What?
Leon.
In Japanese?
In Japanese, it's Leon. So he lost to Leon in the original, and then in the finals of Gen 8, he beat Leon. Even though it's not the same and their names are different in Japanese and English, he lost to a Leon, and then he beat a Leon for his send off. I think you can't write it better than that. But without further ado, don't forget to leave a like on the video and colossal smash that like button or that subscribe button to stay up to date with all our latest videos and all that. But yeah, without further ado, guys, that'll be all for us. You guys stay safe.
Take care.